Come along with TMC as we traverse the tall timbers to the coast. We start out filming the Mountaire Scenic Railroad on their excursion runs from Elbe to New Alliance and Elbe to Mineral. A lot of whistle blowing action as the original whistle has finally returned to on the number 70, and there is a prize on this contest. We'll tell you later on of this video. And after we're done filming the Mountaire Scenic Railroad, we went to the main line, the hotspots of Centralia, watching switching actions, and we get the departure from the Amtrak Cascade. And we went to the Tanino speed track. Come along with us. We got a lot of filming to do. Mountaire Scenic Railroad is running on the former trackage from the Milwaukee Road in Tacoma Eastern. It once was owned by Chehalis Western. Now I went to the Tacoma Rail. Tacoma Mahins Bell Belt Line. Now a newly reformed short line of the Rainier rails. This was back in 1985. The EMD GP38-2. Nicely painted yellow and black paint scheme. Pulling some section of empty log cars with loaded, bound for Port of Tacoma. Well, sadly, for the Chehalis Western, it's owned by Weyerhaeuser, so this railroad went ceased operation around 1992. Chehalis Western will not be forgotten. We will still remember this railroad in photos and pictures and books. They made their mark. For the Mountaire Scenic Railroad, is keeping that history alive for future generations and also rail buffs of the Milwaukee Road as well. Scenic Railroad did a lot of improvements on the tracks. I think they're going at least about 20 to 25 miles per hour. That's surprisingly. We couldn't make it at the other crossings, so we decided to go to the crossing near Park Junction. Well, for some reason we had a little difficulties to catch up with number 70 as it was going up to Mineral. So we waited for it at the new Reliance Washington, and there's a lot of good areas and good scenery around here, and also the whistle echoes. Now we're near Scenic Railroad just recently reopened this line. Now they can run to here and just do their runaround. Well, there was a couple here rode the train earlier, and they drove all the way from Monroe just to see this railroad and also the steam locomotive. Number 70 was built by Baldwin in 1929, a 282 wheel configuration. It's meant for hauling log trains. It always been a oil burner, not a coal burner. If it was a coal burner, we're gonna have a hard time running this locomotive around this parts. And number 70 had a lot of different owners back in the past. Polson Logging Company, Rainier, and ended up as the Kwame Valley Railroad, and it went up to the Mountaire Scenic Railroad and sat for a couple years till it was her turn to get restored in operation condition. Well, their runaround is almost completed. They're gonna do a air test and before departure, and they're gonna be on their merry way to Elby to make another station stop. Nice, nice. Come on, Rowdy, put on the show. Well, most people doesn't even knew at the time when this train was at New Alliance. They didn't even know they were going to start running up this way. Except it was a surprise moment for the kids. And the parents pulled over on the side of the road. Wanted to see this steam locomotive to run by. Excellent, Rowdy! Well, an interesting car on the back end. Its observation car sat in the barn for a good number of years. It finally is out. Well, this was the observation car on the tail end most of the excursion runs, so it needed a lot of work and restoration. Especially the roof wasn't the original. You could tell from the inside of the interior, and this is what it looks like now. Still need road names or road number. It will be completed. Mountaire Scenic Railroad does give it a classic look. Like a Pullman observation car. You guys did an outstanding job. Very nice indeed. We left the Mountaire Scenic Railroad. We went to Centralia. Clear blue skies. And it's kind of warm out. I just hope we're going to get some trains today. And birds are chirping around. They must be happy. Looks like a BNSF switching job is gonna be performed here, and yeah, it was a perfect timing. And they're using one of their Jeeps. So, well, they cleared out of the way from the crossing, so they're gonna head back to the yard. And I guess they're gonna go and get those trash cars. listening to the scanner, someone didn't do their job last night by moving around and switch the cars in their individual spots. And I guess it's a big mess. This way how it sounded from the crew. So they're about to make it quick, because there is a northbounder approaching. Well, that is an indication for a northbounder. Hasn't triggered the other signal yet to turn this one green. So then also it could be mean that's being a switching job means they're going to be emerging routes. So we just have to see, because we did heard a train horn off the distance, so this northbounder is approaching. So that switching job has to wait for clearance before they start doing their work. Well, I guess the dispatcher gave them the permission just to move forward, because they need to cross over on that one turnout with C up in front of us, so they can make a back end move. So they are gonna let the Amtrak to make a station stop. So they have to wait for them to depart so they can do their reverse move. Probably the railroad is calling this locomotive something differently, except I was going by the looks, because I think it used to be once a formal GP35 one time. I was going by the cooling fans, and it's way how that notch where the fuel shut off is located, because that gives it out as a GP35. You have to look at these visual things on these particular locomotives, like these ones. The dispatcher made a perfect timing for these trains to show at the Centralia Depot. And people are starting to walking out of the depot, getting ready for preparation for the train's arrival. Simmons Charger locomotives is on the point, and also the cab car on the back end knows as the nickname for a cabbage. What a weird, stupid nickname. This for a cab car. This was a EMD F40PH, known as the cabbage. Ridiculous nickname. There goes the cabbage as a vegetable. Really is a F40PH cab car. Cabbage. Stupid nickname. Who even thought of naming that? Come on, rail fans. Cabbage? Really? Well, the conductor was walking away from the camera. He was wondering what I was doing. I was just filming trains, just like the normal railroad bus would do. And said I asked him, is there actually a mess in the yard? And he said, oh yeah, there is a mess in the yard. We have to go out there and switch the cars in their proper spots. And I said, oh golly. I said, good luck. I guess it's not gonna be much activity after they're done switching. So we're gonna move down the line. See if we get lucky. Just made it to Tanino racetrack. Some certain trains likes to go fast through here. Well, that's not the case for the southbound Amtrak Cascade is approaching us. We just heard the chatter on the scanner. I guess that switch crew we saw earlier is still doing things down the ways. So this Amtrak Cascade kind of slowed. Well, I guess we have to stop here and look for more videos from TMC Clancy. I see you guys down the line, and to make sure, please subscribe and support this channel. I will love to see new subscribers. See you down the line. Look for more videos from TMC.